Hello and welcome to Clemson Football Countdown. Manny Robinson on your right, Scott Kiefer on your left, a debate on the table. Let's start the clock. Clemson traded punches with rival South Carolina Saturday night. The Tigers secondary certainly took it on the chin, but the offense landed an Ali level of flurries and took the TKO. Now the Tigers prepare to defend their ACC belt against Pittsburgh, who is not exactly a heavyweight, but Pitt was the last team to defeat the Tigers in Death Valley, so there's still some motivation for this presumed blowout. But that raises a point, Scott. 2 years ago, Clemson lost to Pitt, recovered, and proceeded to the national championship. But this year, even after starting 12-0, if they lose this game, they're going to be in Atlanta in bowl season instead of in Miami in the playoff. You know, it's the one time you would rather eat oranges than peaches.
Agreed. It's all about the timing in this thing. And when they lost to Pitt, people were like, oh my goodness, there goes our playoff hopes. Well, what happened? Everyone else lost that same day,
Exactly.
which kept the door open for Clemson to creep back in, and sure enough they did, and went on to win the national title. Now, one argument could be mid-season loss or early season loss kind of serves as a wake-up call. Right. You know, look, you weren't as invincible as you thought you were. This year you can't afford that. And look, when you've been contending for a national title as often and as regularly as Clemson has, you shouldn't need a wake-up call. You should be ready to go. You should be on point every week.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what to Clemson's benefit, they've been able to get their wake-up calls within wins, just like what happened Saturday against South Carolina. You know, the defense gets, the secondary at least gets shredded, and so now they know they can correct. They can't go into the playoff and maybe face Notre Dame or face Georgia or Oklahoma or Alabama, playing that way. So that it gets their mind set on getting that corrected.
It does, and in a sense, they've had kind of three wake-up calls this season. Texas A&M, Syracuse right here at home, and then South Carolina last week. So you got three wake-up calls and won all three. That's a good place to be.
Absolutely. It also shows the fallacy of the bowl system, as you pointed out. I mean, it's not if you lose or to whom you lose, but when you lose. I mean, it's,
there you go.
Trevor Lawrence certainly has shown his prowess as a polished passer, but he's kind of turned the corner, literally, in the run game. On the other side, Pitt is one of the top rushing attacks in the ACC, and they're going up against one of the top rushing defenses in the ACC. So, who will have the most rushing yards Saturday night? Pitt's running backs or Trevor Lawrence?
Oh, you're going to lay that on me, huh? You know what? I'm going to go wild card. I'm going to say Trevor Lawrence.
Oh.
He has found his legs. He had 42 yards rushing last week, including a nice 32-yard run. And Clemson's run defense, kind of unparalleled. And if you look back through the numbers, it's been a long time since an opposing running back has had 100 yards against Clemson. Specifically, Georgia Tech 2017. That was 19 games ago. Wow. Kervonte Benson had 129 yards. No one has really come close to a 100-yard game against Clemson since.
And it's not like they've been playing a bunch of scrub running backs.
No, they played some decent running backs.
Yeah, absolutely. But I still have to take Pitt running back just because I don't think Trevor's going to be forced to run that much. I think he's going to have all the time he needs, and I don't think they're going to do many design runs for him. So just for that reason, I'll give it to Pitt, but it'll still be close. We're almost out of time, so let's go 3 and out. Okay, we talked about this earlier with the playoff, but it could get funky after championship weekend. Let's set it over under SEC teams in that final bracket at 1.5.
Whoa, okay, I'm going to go under. I don't think it's going to happen 2 years in a row.
As much as I would like to see chaos, I can't see it this time. I think Alabama's going to win, but just imagine if Georgia was able to pull that off. And you would have to assume that Georgia would move, everybody would kind of bump up, and Alabama would only fall to 4. And then that leaves out Oklahoma, that leaves out Ohio State, and UCF. If they continue to win, I mean, where do you put them?
Either way, there's going to be much whining and gnashing of teeth. That's guaranteed, right?
Absolutely.
Somebody's going to be left out.
Yeah. Speaking of left out, Clemson's punter may be left out of action in this ACC Championship game. Yeah. May not get a lot of action. I think he had 2 punts against South Carolina.
Yeah.
So let's set over-under punts for Clemson in this game, 2.5.
I think it's going to follow a similar path as the South Carolina game. I think he's going to maybe have 2 punts if he's fortunate. He'll get a lot more in warm-ups pregame.
He's taking some criticism this year. His punts have rolled to great distances, but they don't look good coming off the foot there. But it's like having a guy come in and pinch hit, or someone come off the bench and you're expecting them to hit a 3-pointer. He is over there cold the entire game. You want him to come in and look like Chris Gardocki. Doesn't work like that. Get a man a break.
Yeah.
He'll have a break.
He will.
Saturday night.
Too much of it. Yes.
All right, let's get your prediction for this game.
The ACC wants a good, competitive, close game. It's not going to happen this year. I'm going to go Clemson like 49-7.
I'm even going even worse because Clemson, their offense is just clicking now, and it's not going to be stopped. I'm taking the Tigers 63-17. I think that's time well spent. We appreciate your time. Catch us next time on Clemson Football Countdown.